Right guys, welcome back to another video. The trade from yesterday on Bitcoin ended up playing not so cleanly, but on Ethereum and the other altcoins actually ended up playing super cleanly in the sense that once you swept out these lows, immediately you got a CISD. That's when you could have got in, and that would have been an easy 2R. There would have been a couple of more opportunities to get in. As long as you didn't set your stop here, you wouldn't have been stopped out by this wick, and 100% you would have been able to hit your 2R if you set your stop loss here, especially if you managed to catch the original CISD in between the hours of 7 to 10. In this case, the first one came at 8 a.m. Then boom, there was a solid trade. But on Bitcoin, it just ended up being a no trade. Reason for that is because once you came back into the key level during the New York session, you just continued putting in bearish structure and bearish order flow all the way down. And so there was no trigger, there was no confirmation for us to get in. Based on what I have seen so far on Bitcoin, and just based on this preliminary video that I've already sent into Blueprint, which by the way, if you guys want to follow along with all of my trades and just get my thoughts outside of Bitcoin and just follow along with all of the other trades that I'm taking, feel free to join Blueprint. Like, it closes in 5 days. You not only get access to all of my calls, but you also get direct support with me, where I'm answering all of your questions. And most importantly, you get access to the full system. If you've got results from just watching any of my daily videos over the last 300 days, now you have the chance to learn the full thing, like for 1/10 of the price. Because previously, the only way you could have learned this was to pay 10K and join bootcamp. Now this is at 1/10 of the price. Again, it closes in 5 days. Get in if you're interested. Don't get in if you're not. But otherwise, back onto the daily chart on Bitcoin. Yesterday we closed bullish, and let me just remove everything here. So we closed bullish, so we're going to be looking for longs today. Now what's interesting is that today we have news at 10 a.m. So we're definitely going to be paying attention to this timing right here, because the highest probability trade of today is probably going to come anywhere between 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. And so right now, because we have a bullish daily bias, let's break it down on the 1 hourly chart to see what we have. So an hour ago, we finally got a bullish CISD on the daily chart, which means that in the event that you retrace back into this zone right here, or potentially even this fair value gap that's being formed at the moment, it's already good enough for you to get into a trade, especially during the London session. As you can see right now, price is already retracing back into that zone. So am I going to take a trade here? No. But what's important to understand is that today we're going to be looking for a accumulation, breakout, and then continuation. Basically, this is your Asia accumulation. London, you have shown a breakout at the moment. As long as you do not close below this level right here at 89,850, because if you close below here, you're going to get a bearish change in state of delivery, which is not what we want to see when we're looking for longs. As long as you do not close below that level, then you're all good to go for a long. And basically all you want to look for is between the hours of like 9 to 10, or even before actually. As long as you get bullish order flow on the 5-minute chart, you're already good enough to get into this. So far, Bitcoin is looking super clean, and even right here, like, it's already a valid entry. You've just filled in this fair value gap. Potentially they should stop there and places a TP at 2R. Obviously, by the time you guys watch this video, it's going to be a bit too late. But regardless, Bitcoin is looking super clean today. So don't miss this. It's a super straightforward trade. Now, in terms of Ethereum, today is kind of the opposite story, because it's looking a little less clear compared to yesterday, where yesterday Ethereum basically took the lead compared to Bitcoin and just allowed the trade to play out. If you guys managed to take the trade on Ethereum, then congratulations. But otherwise, bullish daily bias going down into the 1 hourly chart. What we're going to be looking for is bullish PD arrays, but the problem is there is none. And the only first one that may potentially form is this, if you get a CISD on the hourly chart at 31.30. So by the time you watch this video, if you break above here, there is a chance that you could just 5-minute order flow all the way towards the upside. But if not, you're probably going to sweep out these relatively equal lows right here at 30.88 before forming some sort of upside. Now, what's important to note, or like a fun fact to note, is that right now you're having some sort of a chart pattern here. People call this a wedge. It's been so many years since I've used chart patterns that I don't even remember the name anymore. What is this, a bull flag, a wedge, a bullish wedge? Yeah, no, I don't know. But what's important to understand is that patterns ultimately are accumulation position, like they're accumulation patterns or distribution patterns. And in this case, it's just consolidating before the next move up. Based on the daily bias, we know that it's more likely to go up rather than down. And so there are two ways this plays out. One is straight up, you break out, retest, and you continue going up. Second one is you sweep the lows, stop everybody out, and then you break out and then retest and you go up. Either way, you're going to be looking for the retest in both of these situations to take a trade on Ethereum. And as usual, I will be posting any updates on Twitter if I see any trades worth taking, or if I am personally entering into any trades. And of course, like, feel free to join into the discussion here in Blueprint. Like, every single day, there is a tab right here where I post all of my trades, and you can see every day it's quite a few quite a lot of discussion back and forth between not only the members, but me. I'm replying to every single message. So just putting it out there. Otherwise, that's the setup on ETH. Now, if given the choice between ETH and Bitcoin, I think I would pick Bitcoin because it's looking a little bit more clean in the sense that you've already gotten CISD compared to Ethereum, where it's still looking a little bit, blurry. Now, in terms of Solana, you have a bullish daily bias, and this is looking the weakest out of all of them because right now it almost seems like you're getting rejected off of this order block right here for further downside rather than further upside. And one thing's for sure, in order for Solana to have even a bit of confirmation towards the bullish direction, you need to close above $134 on the 1 hourly chart before you even have any sort of confirmation. If that happens, yeah, sure, feel free to go for it. But otherwise, like between Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Solana, I think Bitcoin is going to be the most clean. But otherwise, yeah, I'll see you guys later on X, or I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.